the agenda for today. I'll post it, but what I'm going to do now, we are talking about the first step in revisions, because I read a lot of your stories over the weekend, and I was very impressed and excited and entertained. And then you're going to have time to actually revise, and then we'll do a little share up. People are interested in sharing out what they have so far. Thank you. I'm waiting for about 4 people to put their books away. Brittany? Kenny? Thank you, North. Bookmark. Okay, so we read this model sentence last week. A lot of individuals are doing a lot of really deep thinking. I could tell as I was walking around and seeing what sentences people were writing. As a group, it was taken a little time to dig into it deeply and to think about how to explain our thinking. So this is what I did, Nelson. I had a homework assignment for myself. I went home and I looked at it really closely. It was really a good reminder for me because as a grown-up, even though I have had years of writing sentences, I still had to read it really closely to make sense of it. And I found out something that I thought was really cool that I didn't see before about the sentence. So I'm going to tell you about that when we get there, okay? Kenny? Away. Look away. So right now, I want us to focus on these imitations. These are 3 imitations that actually you all came up with between the 2 classes, between 6A and 6B. There was one person that had this sentence written down, one person had this sentence written down, one person that had this sentence written down. So these 3 imitations, each of these 3 people all created one sentence out of those 4. One of them is the closest imitation of the model. I'm going to do a quick vote. So if you think the closest one is A, raise your hand. Do you think A most closely resembles the model? Fabulous. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 4. If you think that B most closely resembles the model, raise your hand. Can you? You want to be looking at C? If you think that imitation C most closely resembles the model, raise your hand.
I just picked the one who looks good.
Right, I just picked one.
Okay. So very, very interesting. Someone, Alana, you picked C. Why did you pick C?
I picked C because there were 3 main parts to the Seabiscuit.
Okay, super loud. What are the 3 main parts in your brain?
First one was Seabiscuit broke from the gate, and Seabiscuit is like a trap, and breaking from the gate is like asking those.
Seabiscuit is like the truck down here.
Car.
Car. So Seabiscuit is like the car, and you said broke from the gate is like the what? So. Get resettled, we're okay. Get resettled, I already told you. I want to look at this time. Okay, so this is part 1 for Alana. Do you want to continue or do you want to call on someone else? What would you like to do? Okay. So, it's very interesting, Alana. You're saying this part is like this part down here.
It immediately bashed inward. It was suddenly hit sideways.
Yeah.
Mesh inward. It was suddenly hit sideways. And this is your second. Is this whole thing the second part?
Well, buy Count Atlas. Buy Count Atlas and buy it onto your truck.
Cool. And which parts do you see as being similar, Jared? I'm so glad you noticed that.
Count Atlas, the truck, and immediately bashed inward. It was hit sideways.
So Count Atlas and the truck and hit dash inward is like hit sideways.
Yeah.
Fabulous. And Jared, do you want to name the last part or do you want to share it to someone else?
I'll let somebody else do it.
Okay, so a hopeless long shot emerging from his fall onto his right is the same as a delivery pickup truck coming
Okay, and which parts of this section are similar to this section that you see?
Emerging and coming sound the same, and also alley install.
So stall and alley. So we have coming, emerging. We have these ing words. Alley, stall. These are, what kind of words are they, Natish? They do have two L's in them, but even more specifically, they serve as alley and stall are nouns. They're places, right? From the stall, from the alley. Natish, what do you want to say?
See biscuits, right, is like behind the market.
Seabiscuits.
At the end of the sentence.
Oh, Seabiscuits right behind the market. You're absolutely right, Natish. Behind the market is like on Seabiscuits right. And Natish, I'm so glad you pointed that out. Because this is exactly what I was noticing as I was looking at it. Shemai, you want to add something really quick?
Yeah.
What are you noticing about this sentence? So this is a close imitation. So fabulous job to all those people. Shemai, what are you thinking about it?
It is kind of like dash.
It is like bash. You know what kind of part of speech that is?
No.
What kind of part of speech is hit and dash? Same type of word.
both action
Brenda?
A verb.
Verb, they're action words. Fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. Why is it not B or A? How do we know it's not B or A? How did you and your brain figure it out? Neha, what are you thinking?
Well, I knew that it wasn't B because it wasn't talking about that it came from the alley behind the market, which was like emerging from the stall on Seabiscuits right. So that seemed right. And the second one just seemed like a mix-up of everything. So it just and it said something happened, which didn't really seem like it fit inside the model sentence. So
Something didn't really, okay. Oh, wait, what are you talking about? What happened?
something happened in the first sentence.
Something happened. It didn't fit up here?
Yeah, it didn't seem right.
Brittany, is that making you think something? Kenya, please
I
listen, Brittany. She's sharing her idea.
knew it wasn't A because A was too long, and I knew it wasn't B because B was too short. And also A has a whole bunch of things that didn't really make sense in the sentence. And it really didn't make sense. And then B, it said, has the car backed up and letting them hit an oncoming truck pick up delivery. And then it's like there's still more to the sentence, but it got cut out.
There was more to the sentence up here than there was down here. So Brittany's giving me the length. This one's too long, this one's too short. This one's just right, kind of like the Three Little Bears, right? Emily? Neha is naming something happened. There is no something happened equivalent up here, right? Aaron?
And the only thing I really like about number 2 is that it suddenly leaves.
Suddenly, immediately. So there's something about that word that gives it specificity. It makes it specific, right? So I'm so glad you guys are naming and noticing these things. I'm so glad you guys are naming and noticing these things. Again, looking at how this person, Laura Hillenbrand, put it together. So what I noticed in this sentence up here, Tyler, she's giving us a lot of information, right? There's like 3 big things that happen all at one time. Yeah, she still made it clear to me, the reader, as I'm reading it. Because sometimes, Emily, I read these long sentences and I'm like, whoa, there's like so much going on, I'm confused. Right? She managed to do this really, really well, and that it's a longer sentence, there's like 3 different things that happen, but it all still makes sense to me when I was reading it. And if it doesn't make sense, I can reread it, but in this case, it all makes sense. This, people were telling me that they felt, some people at least, felt very confused. This one, imitation B, is missing something that imitation C has. People are naming that out of the space.